Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to use GG3. What GG3 is a tool for setting the instance parameters of this WW Glass family. What is the WW Glass family? It's a family for controlling all of the lights in the project, all of the bites, gaskets, sealants, etc. that are tied to this family, which is used as a light. Now, just a little background about how the family works. I'm going to open this elevation. I'm going to cut a section where this glass family is used. And we're going to take a look. We need to change the detail level to fine to be able to see the mullions and the gaskets, blocks, etc. If you click on the glass family, you can change the byte by changing the instance parameters. In this case, since it's the sill is on the bottom, it's the bottom byte. We're going to change the bottom byte and byte offset to 0. And as you see, the byte has been moved to the DLO. If you scroll down, you can also change the gaskets and blocks. This is probably a review for a lot of people, but I'm just going to set it to 0, which means no block, or sorry, no gasket. And as you see, it took off the gaskets to change the byte. And this can be done for the left, right, and top bytes as well as gaskets. So I'm just going to leave that now, and I'm going to show you how to actually use GG3. So to use GG3, go to WW Modeling, hit GG3. The first thing you want to do after this UI pops up is hit Get Data. This is going to connect to the Fremont server. We have an SQL database there that has data for each of the profiles around a light. And I'll explain that in a second. So first thing you want to do after that is go to either select multiple or select all. For select multiple, you can select panels. You can select units. You can select an RO. Or you could do like a window select. But whatever you want to do, you're going to hit finish. It's going to filter out all of the lights that you have selected, and they're going to pop up in this table here. So as I mentioned, each row represents a light. If you click on it, it's going to take you to that light in the project. It's still in the properties browser on the side here, but there's also some data on the right side here in this window. So on this light, on the left mullion, it's just whatever the mullion on the left side of this light is. The right mullion, same deal, as well as the top and the bottom. So that's kind of what's going on this side. On the right side, you have on the top table, there's this glass makeup. These are parameters that basically determine the glass thickness, airspace, glass offset, inboard thickness. You can modify any of these cell values. And when you're done, it's going to update it on the Fremont server. So when you open up the project the next time, these values will be saved. And moving on and model mullions, there is the mullions as well as their locations in each row. And then for each mullion with location, it tells you all of the data that's currently existing in the Revit model. Now, some of these cells are highlighted in pink, as you see. This means that, following from this legend, that the data in the model does not match the data in the database. Now, moving down to the database mullions, I mentioned before, these were pulled from the server, and this is just some data we have on the server for the standards that each of these profiles is supposed to be when set in this WW Glass family. And this should give you the correct detail when you do a section cut. So that's what's going on over there. Now we want to load the data from the database into the model. Before we do that, I'm going to show you some filters you can apply. First of which is the grouped filter. You can filter out panels which are grouped. You can also filter out panels that have data from the database not matching the model. As you see, there's some that are, after I uncheck this filter, there's some that are matching. Those are fine. Those ones are in white, and the ones that are not matching are in pink. If you click this drop down for more filters, you can do some top, bottom, left to right filters. You can type, or you can click this combo box and select a profile that you want to filter by. You can also filter by the byte for that side. See, now we only have lights that are having this profile with a 1/2 inch byte. To undo the filter, you can just uncheck this checkbox. And once you have all the filters that you want, the only lights that are going to be loaded are the ones that are visible in this table that I just highlighted. So you're only going to be loading these ones. So once you hit load, all these guys are going to be loaded. You see the projects are generating. After it's finished, this data and all these tables is going to be refreshed. And you are basically done loading with GG3. If you unclick this filter now, all of the ones that previously had errors match what's on the database. Now, this tool should not always be used as a source of truth. 98% of the time, yeah, this data will be correct, but there will be cases where maybe a standard changes or there was a small error made when creating this data from the database. So it's always good to always check section cuts, especially maybe the first time you're loading in data for a certain profile. And you want to just go in, make sure that the way that this light's coming in matches your detail. And you do the same thing for like a vertical or horizontal or any other section, any other profile. You want to do a section cut, turn the detail to fine, and make sure everything matches. And if for reason any of the profile doesn't match your details, please contact Team Esli and they will fix the profile data. So next time the same profiles are used, they'll be correct. And that's basically it. That's GG3. Thank you.